So, you want to talk about it, Tom? Do you want to talk about it today, Tom? All right, I'll just press the intro. I won't even say the word tie. I will not say tie. I will not say the Packers.
I stayed up so late for them to tie with the Cowboys.
Is that the worst team you could have tied? I think it is.
Could have been the Vikings. Oh, baby. We here.
And we steer
you in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS. And that's the show today. And that's it.
Just like NFL football, by the time this show is over, you will not know who won or lost. You will simply be left unsatisfied.
Yeah. A lot of edging going on in that game. It was there was a lot. I put a video out at it was like 4:00 in the morning.
Sure, of course.
Sorry I didn't do the reaction yet. I'm gonna do that today. My voice is shot, as you can tell. So we're drinking some tea this morning. So heading into this game, I think expectations as a Packers fan was, okay, the Packers should win this game, right? And it's because of a couple of reasons. You look at the first 3 weeks, right? And even though they obviously lost last week against Cleveland, their defense has been the one consistent thing, regardless of how, blocked field goals, offensive line woes, etc., is that their defense has held teams to minimal points. The run defense has been really good, etc. And then heading into this game, you also take a look at last week, and the Chicago Bears, they beat the piss out of the Cowboys, right? Caleb Williams didn't get sacked for the first time in his career. And it was like, okay, this should be a game that the Packers should win. And starting off with that game, first drive, they go down the field, score a touchdown. Romeo Doubs had 3 on the night. Phenomenal game for him. They score again, soon thereafter, I should say. And then the extra point gets blocked. And they return it for 2. And all of a sudden, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
Then right before halftime, the exact same thing that happened last week is that there's a turnover. This one wasn't really Jordan Love's fault. Gets sacked, fumbles the ball, his only sack on the night. Cowboys recover, they score, and now all of a sudden, they're in this game. And so going into halftime, the realization was, this is not going to be a walk in the park. And good God, man, the stress levels that I had last night, just the whole rest of that second half, and then heading into overtime. And I thought we lost the game at the end. I thought we legitimately lost the game. I thought that their clock management was so horrendous that they literally threw it out of the back of the end zone. Clock was going to hit 0. But thankfully, 1 second remained, and McManus tied it. And here we are, unsatisfied, like you said, and heading into a bye week.
Stress level midnight.
Stress level midnight.
Yeah, I think
Bears won 2 in a row. There you go.
I think we can officially say the biggest frauds for the first 2 weeks were the Packers. I think everybody agrees, including Packers fans. They are the 2024 Saints. They're the 2024 Saints. Everybody was like, look at this incredible, complete football team. They can do no wrong. And then they lose to the Browns, and they tie the Cowboys. Only one sack from Micah Parsons, albeit a pretty crucial
It's only one sack for the Packers, man.
That was the only sack all night.
And that's what, like, this is what makes it so confusing, right? So we can look at the week 1 game, right? And look at the Lions and be like, oh, is that the fluke game? Whatever. I know there's plenty of Lions fans that will say yes. Then you look at the Commanders game, and the Commanders, we haven't seen Jaden Daniels since the Packers game, so it's tough to kind of gauge them too. They lost yesterday. No Scary Terry, no Jaden Daniels, what have you. But again, the thing that was consistent, run defense was good. Pass defense was good. Like, we were holding allowed the teams without allowed the Cowboys without CeeDee Lamb to score 40 points. And that's what I think is like the whiplash here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, what happened to the pass rush? All right, if Micah Parsons is getting doubled or held, I don't even care what it is. Where's Lucas Van Ness? Where's Rashawn Gary, who had a sack in each of his last 5 games? That was just non-existent. And again, you have to give credit to the Cowboys, man. Dak Prescott, Jordan Love played very, very well, but Dak Prescott balled out last night. Like, he did really, really. Javonte Williams looked really, really good. So you got to give credit to the Cowboys.
Cowboys O-line, solid. Absolutely.
The 3 Tylers, they did well. But it's just, I have no idea who this team is. And I think that it's just such a difference and a juxtaposition from the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That it's like, I don't know. Like, last week, Packers lost a really close, tight game. They blew it at the end, right? You can understand that it was a 13-10 score. They allowed 13 points. This was 40.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It was 40. Dak's been good all year, even in the Cowboys' losses. That doesn't surprise me. There were a couple, games like this, some incredible things have to happen. Blocked kick returned for 2 points. That's an incredible thing. That went the Cowboys' way. That George Pickens grab on the sideline, incredible. Kevontae Turpin toe tapping the sideline, pretty incredible.
Pickens came in so clutch, man. Like, holy God.
It was just the Cowboys doing the incredible things and the Packers defense not doing incredible things. And Josh Jacobs and Romeo Doubs were good. They combined for 5 touchdowns, 2 rushing from Jacobs, 3 grabs for Romeo. Hard to miss Romeo with the largest Guardian cap on earth. You think that helps Jordan Love when he just sees a giant Lord helmet floating around downfield? It's just like, boom. But yeah, I think they've been tweaking the overtime rules, right? And now both teams get a possession.
Yep.
No matter what, they need if time runs out, then we need a way to settle the game. I don't even care if it's gimmicky. Fans after a game like that need to be able to point their finger and go, that team is worse.
Yeah.
We cannot have a situation where we're like, we don't know. We just don't know which team is better or worse after this game. We don't know who to direct our anger at other than the score, the 40-40 tie itself, second highest tie in NFL history. Usually ties are, a little bit lower scoring affair, but we need a kickoff. I honestly think it should just be who can throw the football the farthest at that point. Each quarterback gets 3 rips. Whoever throws it the farthest, that team wins the game.
That's it.
Bring that back, and I think we got a way to settle this. But yeah, I mean, the Broncos don't play till tonight. I can't imagine their game going any worse than the way Packers-Cowboys shook out for their fans, but I don't want to double down on it until after I know for sure I can't be more annoyed. And that's the thing about a tie. It's better than a loss, right?
Sure.
End of the season, that you might be like, thank God we had a tie and not a loss.
Sure.
But in terms of satisfaction, Packers and Cowboys fans left edging for 7 more days.
It's true. Well, no, Packers have a bye week now.
Oh, you guys got to edge for 2 weeks?
It'll be tough.
Oh, my God. The explosion next week is going to be one to watch.
Yeah, that's the problem too. So the Packers were missing Zach Tom and Aaron Banks heading into this game, and good God, do they miss Zach Tom? They need him desperately. And Perna mentioned Josh Jacobs, who had a really great night, and I made sure to talk about this in the post game. That like he had a really productive night, but he's still like he averaged 3.9 yards per carry, right, which is not the best. So that's also another thing that they can't fully rely on the run game. And I don't think it's all Josh Jacobs. Emmanuel Wilson was averaging a little bit better. He had 5.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, Wilson looked a little more explosive.
Yeah. And I think, dude, half the time Jacobs was running into a wall. You know, like the run blocking was not there. Their pass blocking at times was not there. And it just seems like every time they went to go run the ball, there was multiple defenders in the backfield. And so they got to be able to rely on that.
Would you say that the Cowboys' run defense was better with Micah Parsons?
It might have been. It might have been.
That's the worst part. We can't shit on Jerry Jones this week.
Oh,
you'll be like, well,
we had the Jerry counter going last night.
Well, Jerry got a tie. Can't really dunk on him, at least for this week. Packers fans got to wait 2 weeks. Yeah, Curse Wheel is 100% back.
Oh, my God.
100% back.
You just cost Mitchell his job.
Oh, dude. You want
to talk about curses?
I think a tie's bad, but I think probably AD Mitchell's having the worst week of anyone.
Yeah, I think so.
In terms of football dudes.
Yeah. Oh, Texans trading Cam Robinson. They don't need offensive line, so it's fine.
Hey, we got to win. We got to win. We only let CJ Stroud get sacked twice. Let's change it up. Let's change it up.
Why not? Yeah, the Steelers, man, they were dominating that game the entire time, and then the Vikings are like not so fast.
Yeah, that's what that happened a few times this week, and it's getting annoying. So it makes for entertaining endings to football.
It reminds me of basketball. Like I was thinking this sitting here yesterday, and I was like, all right, yeah, you're just like, all right, three quarters, whatever. And then it just is the very end that's mattering. It felt like that was happening a bit more. And I was like, I don't like this.
No, because it was Thursday night, right? We had Seahawks, Cardinals. Seahawks outplayed them until the last like half a quarter. Steelers, Vikings. Giants kind of outplayed the Chargers, but like I'm gonna forgive that one for being, weird at the end there.
Sure.
And what was the other game? Oh man, what was the other one I'm thinking of? Where the team outplayed them.
Tampa started crawling back into that game in the second half.
The Bucks. The Bucks made a valiant effort to get back in. There was one more game. I swear to God.
Colts, man. I think they're good. Like going against the Rams, they earned a lot of respect from me.
Either way, yeah, there was a lot of that. And it's like, I get mad because when I'm trying to write through winners and losers, like you want to take some games that are just kind of cut and dry, get through them as quickly as possible. But all these games getting interesting at the end, that just makes more work for me. And I don't like it. I don't like homework, Tom.
You know what I will say though, there's obviously some outliers, but it feels like for the first 4 weeks, for the vast majority of the games, it feels like a lot of them have been competitive, right? And like either it's coming down to the wire, and so when we see like these blowouts, it's even more stark. Like, dude, watching that Ravens game, I bought Sunday ticket for that game. Oh, it was not worth it. It was not worth it.
Yeah, the Ravens Ravens got some problems.
I mean, they have so many injuries, man, and then Lamar getting banged up, but
the injuries and they suck on top of it. Yeah, let's just say it like it is.
Good. Hey, how about let's see here.
Going against the Chiefs, let's give Derrick Henry 8 carries. Let's just give Derrick Henry 8 carries.
Yeah.
Oh, we're trailing a little bit. Let's stop giving the ball to Derrick Henry at all. And I get it. Don't give him the ball in the fourth quarter. Fair enough, Ravens. Fair enough. For the first 3 quarters, let him run. Let him run the ball. Let's go back to Ireland. That was the first game.
That's a Perna question.
Steelers defense, after looking very suspect the first couple weeks,
Actually pretty
now
good.
looking like a strength. I think they have 7 takeaways in the last 2 games. They're getting pressure now, albeit it was against the Carson Wentz led Vikings, but their defense is opportunistic right now, and I think that's beneficial.
They actually established the run.
Yeah,
that was kind of nice.
Jalen Warren
is
also,
out.
Fuck you, NFL, for these overseas games that start so early, and we get notified about a player being inactive that morning. For fantasy football players, not realizing Jalen Warren was even dealing with an injury, waking up and then forgetting the game was even on. First of all, forgetting that the game was even on, and then go, oh God, Jalen Warren, I have him starting at running back. That's bullshit, NFL. Need to fix that. Those games need to start at I don't know, like 9. But yeah, Kenneth Gainwell got in the end zone a couple times. DK Metcalf had a huge half, 122 yards in that first half. Steelers,
that 80-yarder that really...
Yeah, they were clicking. And then they almost let it slip away. And I think that's kind of been the thing with all these games where it was Tomlin deciding, you know what, screw it. I don't want to take 3 points and go up by 16 or whatever it was. And then they forget to cover Jordan Addison. They just forget. I don't know in that situation how you let a receiver like that just get completely behind you. Luckily, Peyton Wilson chased his ass down in what was a moment that became the fastest clocked linebacker ever by Next Gen Stats at 22.48 miles per hour.
Damn.
And then luckily, I think the Steelers, if they were playing any quarterback besides like Carson Wentz, they lose that game. That final drive, Carson Wentz, he tried to throw an interception. Steelers committed penalties on back-to-back plays, and then Carson Wentz finally did throw an interception, allowing the Steelers, to walk out of Ireland with the victory. So nice job, Pittsburgh. The Vikings might have kind of a
they're
long
injured to
season
hell.
ahead of them.
Yeah, they got injuries, and someone was asking about Carson Wentz or JJ McCarthy. When JJ McCarthy's ready to go, you're playing JJ McCarthy. Unless Carson Wentz is that good that you're going to be vying for a playoff spot, but you didn't give away Sam Darnold for you to start Carson Wentz, right?
Yeah.
So you got to wait for him to be healthy. Then you can throw him out there, and because you have to evaluate him and eventually see what you have. But for the Steelers, this was mentioned in a comment before, they legitimately, they could win the AFC North.
Yeah,
by default, because Cleveland, they don't have an offense, right? Joe Flacco did not look good against the Lions.
Flacco.
I wish we got that Joe Flacco last week against the Packers, but of course now I got to hear every Lions fan be like, "Oh, it wasn't so difficult to beat the Cleveland Browns. How come you couldn't do it?" And now I got to hear from the Bears. But so that's the Cleveland Browns. Great defense, but offense not good. Then you have the Ravens, who are beat to hell with injuries.
And to be fair to the Vikings, their offensive line's in shambles. They had 3 starters out in that game. Two of their linemen left during the game.
Yes. Yeah. So Ravens are beat to hell. And now for the Ravens, their opening schedule also was atrocious, right? They are going up against the Bills, the Lions, the Chiefs. That's a tough run of games, for anybody here. But they got to clean some things up. Then you have the Bengals, who we'll see what they look like tonight. Maybe they're going to put up 40 points. We'll see what they look like tonight. But without Joe Burrow, the ceiling is pretty low for how high they're going to go. And then you have the Steelers. And it's like you said, they have flaws on their team. But Rodgers was efficient yesterday. He was getting the ball out quick, just like he was doing in week 1 against the Jets. And they were finding early success. The defense was actually playing pretty well. They established the run. And who knows, man, maybe balance is what's going to do it. And, we're going to be heading into week 5, so we're not crowning anybody yet. But taking a look at that AFC North, I think that's probably the biggest surprise. You can't account for Joe Burrow's injury, but that's probably the biggest surprise of just, damn, the Ravens, they got beat, man. Like they got belt to ass yesterday.
You know who Aaron Rodgers would, I think, appreciate in that offense is George Pickens.
Maybe. He might.
The Ravens, they're fucking dead to me. I'm sick of your shit, Baltimore. Picked you to be my AFC Super Bowl team. Yep. You suck. Yep. Chiefs dominated that game, basically start to finish. Just outplayed them on every level, Baltimore. And I get it, the injuries. But most of their injuries are to defense. I know Ronnie Stanley's dealing with something, playing through injury or whatever. But if you want people to take you serious, you got to go toe-to-toe with a team like the Chiefs, and you just couldn't. Your offense disappeared. And that's what's annoying. If you're a Ravens fan this season, watching your team score all these points every week, 30, what are they averaging, like 32 points a game? Something ridiculous. And then they play the Chiefs, and they can't score shit. They get a late garbage time touchdown, so it doesn't look as bad, but like
Justice Hill, yeah.
You're so dead to me, Baltimore. I had expectations, and you didn't meet it. Now the Chiefs are 2-2, and they look like they're figuring stuff out. They got Xavier Worthy back. They'll get Rashee Rice back, so they're in this weird spot where it feels like they're going to get better every week.
So that's what I wanted to say. You talk about the Chiefs' offense, which definitely has been lacking the first 3 weeks. Xavier Worthy, like even when he wasn't putting up insane stats yesterday, like he unlocked that offense because you had to account for him, right? Yeah. Whether it was like end arounds and you were using him in the ground game, whether it was just another receiver who's a speedy guy on the edge, like that seemed to make that offense hum along. They established the run and were actually able to do that. And of course, their defense played well. But it's exactly like you said, for the Chiefs, even if they lost yesterday, I wasn't as concerned with them because they're going to get Rashee Rice back. And so fast forward a couple of weeks, that offense should be even better. And they were pretty damn good yesterday.
Yeah, the Ravens, they put Matabuke on IR. I think, did Roquan Smith leave the game with an injury? Kyle Hamilton? No, wait, Marlon Humphrey got banged up.
Yep.
Like, that's tough. For a defense that was already struggling, too. It wasn't like the Ravens defense was playing well before the injuries.
No.
Now it's like, oh, here's a fun question. And Lamar, hamstring. How serious is that? How long is he gonna miss? I don't know. Who's gonna have the better record at the end of the season right now? Two teams who had high expectations, very different situations, Vikings or Ravens.
I like to think it's the Ravens on paper because, like,
you would like to.
They get healthy.
You would like to.
Big Man was great yesterday. I'd like to say the Ravens, but I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
They got to get healthy. I mean, but both teams got to get healthy. I think just Lamar because over JJ right now. I'll go with him every time. But
I feel like the Vikings should have traded for Cam Robinson at this rate.
I feel like the Ravens game, and we'll move off this in a minute, but it's a tough start for the Ravens. And I think what makes it worse is the expectations that we're heading into this season.
Yeah.
Because everybody and their mother, including me, like I'm looking at this team on paper and I'm like, damn, they should be really darn good. And the Jair Alexander thing did not work out. He's getting healthy scratches out here, and I feel bad, man. I love Jair Alexander, but that has not helped their secondary. The injuries are not helping. And unfortunately for the Ravens, they're in this really bad spot where they've lost against the Bills and now they've lost against the Chiefs. Two teams that they're likely going to be contending with when it comes to seeding later in the season, especially if they don't win their division. And again, it's super duper early, but these are the kind of wins that early on in the season, it's like, damn, look at the Chargers, right? The Chargers who lost yesterday against the Giants, 3-0 within their division. That's going to help them whenever seeding comes into play later this season. But
assuming they can stay healthy.
Sure. And Joe Alt got injured yesterday.
They lose Joe Alt. I don't know how serious his ankle injury is. He was carted off. The Giants get the win, but Malik Neighbors tears his ACL on that wonderful field they roll out every week at MetLife Stadium. So So Giants fans, they got the win. They got to see Jackson Dart.
Biggest surprise of the week, I would say. And JJ, I think it's going that way.
That was nice, but then you lose the guy I think you're banking on to help Jackson Dart through the course of this season.
Yeah.
So it's like you win a small battle as a Giants fan, but like your concerns now for this season are high. Because honestly, like Jackson Dart looked okay as a passer. Sure. He did other things effectively. I think he provided like a spark. There's a lot there to get better at and to improve for Dart. So we'll see how it goes. And now you got to do it without Malik Neighbors, who's arguably one of the best receivers in the entire NFL in his second season.
Yeah.
And holy shit,
I mean,
Tom.
I would think that was probably the biggest surprise of the weekend for me was the Giants, because they're another one too. Like you could talk about Dart as a passer, but he made that offense look functional. Like Scattaboo, who already had a pretty nice week last week, he continued building upon that. And it seems like as he's going to get more and more reps, I said it last week that he just reminds me of that classic, like, bruiser kind of running back that the Giants have had in the past. And I mean, it's a big win for the Giants, man. It's huge for Jackson Dart. I'm super happy for him. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, though, because without Malik Neighbors, it doesn't look as optimistic. And I don't even know how optimistic it was. Hey, man, if I got 2 serious concussions, I don't give a flying crap what you're wearing on your head. Works for me.
Giants. Let me go to the Giants.
And their defense.
Dart took 6 sacks. He took too many sacks. Just got to get rid of the ball more quickly, consistently.
Maybe,
but he's a gamer. We know that. Dude is a gamer. We'll see.
Herbert had his worst game of the season.
Yeah, well, he was, they're down 2 of their best tackles. So
that's what I'm saying, man. Like that O-line, you can only do so much.
Oh, I didn't realize he had 4 sacks. Holy God.
But Omari and Hampton.
Tuli Pulotu.
Hampton with Najee Harris gone, because Hampton, like, he's gotten some reps, right? And it's like, okay, it's not terrible, but he had a really nice game yesterday. So I think that gives Chargers fans some confidence, especially when they get Joe Alt back, because it's like, oh, damn, if we can lean on the run, which Harbaugh wants to do, that's going to make things a little bit better.
Yeah, what's the update on Joe Alt's injury? Is it just like a sprained ankle?
I heard it was a high ankle sprain. That's the last thing I saw.
High ankle sprain? Okay, so
that's what people in the chat were saying.
Okay. High ankle sprain. He'll need an MRI to confirm. Yeah. Which sucks because that's an injury.
Yeah.
He's gonna for a lineman, I don't know how long they needed him to rest, but like putting all that weight on an ankle every single play, you're gonna probably, like, if you're the Chargers, maybe you just put him on the short-term IR so he can actually heal. Those things take 4 to 6 weeks to get right.
Sure.
And what's the Chargers schedule coming up? They are 3-1. They got Commanders, Dolphins, Colts. I would say winnable games.
Yeah.
Not easy games, but winnable games.
You'll see if Jaden Daniels is going to be back. That's going to make a big difference in that game. Let's talk about the Colts. The team you cursed.
Poor Indy.
And the team that, you know what, though? I got to be honest with you. This loss, if they won, of course, it's better if you're a Colts fan. But this has legitimately, I don't want to say validated the Colts in my eyes, but it's pretty damn close. Like, the Rams are a good football team.
Yeah.
Like, they went toe-to-toe with the Eagles, right? They almost won that game. And if it wasn't for a couple of really bad mistakes, Mitchell, of course, on that fumble as he's running into the end zone, and then he negates the Jonathan Taylor touchdown on a hold, rough game.
That's 14 points. Gone.
Yeah. So I think being able to be this competitive with them, considering that there was thoughts that the Colts might be one of the worst teams in the league, I think that this gives it, okay, we're not at fluke territory. Like, they have a pretty damn solid team.
Yeah, Indy's a good football team.
Yes.
I was really impressed with their defense in this game. And I think like it sucks because that AD Mitchell, goal line gaff, and it was because he went to switch hands to celebrate. He went to switch hands to celebrate, and he loses control of the football. It's the worst sin you can commit as a player, okay? It's the worst sin you can commit. And before that, I was starting to write about how impressive his catch was. He had an insane catch before that. And we'd be talking about an incredible catch and run touchdown for Mitchell. Daniel Jones finding another weapon in that offense. And instead, Mitchell erases 2 touchdowns. Yes, Tom, you can finally acknowledge the $500 that you got.
Yeah,
dropped.
I did not. I just went over to the chat and saw that. Sorry, that was insane. Hold on. That was Timothy with a freaking $500. I literally walked outside today too in the morning and was just like, it's all right. I don't need to wear shoes or flip-flops or anything. No one's gonna be looking at my feet this morning. Well,
Timothy.
Boop, 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 nope, no, boop. Hey, I'm Tim from Wisconsin. I'm Tom from also Wisconsin. Hope you enjoy your time here. Go Pack Go. Tim, go. Crazy son of a gun. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's also 80 degrees here in Wisconsin, like this entire week, which is
nice.
I would say I thought it was supposed to be cold, but I don't want to say that. And then winter uppercuts me in the groin. But Timothy, Tim,
ugh.
I appreciate the hell out of you.
Yes.
Was that for the feet or for the 500? You'll never know. You'll never know.
Johnny John John!
This one's labeled, Tim.
How easily we forget. John even says,
A thank you to John Elway, or John Elway.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40! Where's the one I really like? Oh, where's that? There it is. Perfect. It's a perfect clip. Thank you, Tim. You crazy. Yeah. I appreciate the hell out of you. Yes, Colts, legit in my eyes. Also in the AFC South, let's talk about the Jaguars. Jaguars, man, I picked them to win against the 49ers.
No,
they
smart.
did. Trevor Lawrence looked good. Defense looked.
It's their defense.
Their defense.
Jags D is.
We talked about their defense last year, and it was so bad. It was atrocious. Now, got a lot better. And it actually helps you win some football games when your defense is actually good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think the Jags have like 13 turnovers or something this year. They've had at least 3 turnovers every game this season. Trevor Lawrence in the passing game, I have a lot of questions about, but not that defense. And Devin Lloyd was insane. He had a huge game for Jacksonville. Into the game, it was Devin Lloyd and Eric Armstead in a nice revenge moment, stripping Brock Purdy one final time to basically seal the game for Jacksonville. This was the game that I felt like Jacksonville outplayed San Francisco most of the game, and then they let the Niners back in late. This was the other one I was thinking of. I couldn't remember earlier, but solid game from Jacksonville. The weird thing about the Jags, defense playing incredible. Special teams, they had a punt return touchdown in this game. Parker Washington. So you got defense playing well, special teams playing well. Run game looks pretty damn good again. Travis Etienne's great.
Come on.
They hired Liam Cohen, who, what is it? What do we all think he was going to do? Fix Trevor Lawrence and get that passing game going like we watched with Baker Mayfield, right? The one thing that's not really clicking yet is the strength that Liam Cohen has. And your questions were kind of about all those other things for him as a coach. But right now, Jags are firing on a lot of cylinders, and I think they can get better. I think if Trevor Lawrence and the receivers get on the same page, then the Jags they're a really intriguing football team.
So here's my only concern is I spent all of last year and I think the year before saying the exact same thing. I was like, once Jacksonville's offense puts it together, they have the weapons, right? Even when they had Calvin Ridley, right? It was like, oh, once they put it together, and they never did. Here, I think it's different because they do have a defense. They have good special teams, but they have a defense they can rely on and the run game. ETN having the kind of season that he is having is huge for this offense because right now with like Brian Thomas Jr. trying to get things going, like seeing how they're going to incorporate Hunter, he has been like a consistent force these past 4 weeks. So that's been really nice for Jacksonville.
Really funny, Resin. Real funny, Resin.
But yeah, for the 49ers, this is Brock Purdy's return game. They're another team that, good God, they need to get healthy as well. But no, right? Because no turnovers for Trevor Lawrence today. So it was a good day.
Yeah. And then we had coaching drama at the end. Oh my
God,
game.
You saw that at the end?
Yeah, Liam Cohen and Robert Saleh kind of had to be separated, right? There were some words. Liam Cohen apparently said, keep my name out of your mouth to Robert Saleh. Earlier in the week, Robert Saleh said, the Jags, Liam Cohen, they're really good at legally stealing signs. So that's something we got to be aware of.
Yes.
After this game, Kyle Shanahan was asked about it. He said, I didn't see what happened, but Liam shouldn't be so sensitive. Liam Cohen was asked about it after the game. He said, I'm going to keep that between Robert Saleh and I. So there was a lot of drama there. And some are suggesting that the drama kind of boiled up. The reason Robert Saleh said that shit this last week is because he too was in the running for that Jags head coaching job. And the Jags picked Liam over Saleh. So I love it. Well,
did you see the actual conversation that they had after the game?
Yeah, where they got pulled apart.
Yeah, because he was like, keep your name out of my effing mouth. Like Saleh was like, I will end you. Like, I will effing destroy you. And honestly, I kind of believe Robert Saleh. Like, I believe that
Robert Saleh.
He will kill somebody. And I feel like he knows somebody who can get rid of a body. So, calling Breaking Bad number. Ashley to fake.
I don't even think I'd start a fight with Pete Carroll, honestly.
No, I think he'll bite you.
I think like if you're looking at old man strength.
Oh yeah,
Pete Carroll might have the most old man strength.
Yeah, spending way too much mental bandwidth on Joey B's injury. Recent convert to pro football fandom, willing to change horses. Would perhaps Green Bay need a new quarterback? I mean, listen, we'll take care of him. We'll alternate between Jordan Love and Joe Burrow, but not behind this offensive line right now. I don't think you're getting a significant upgrade right this second. So that's oh, you know what? Real quick, Ashley. The Packers tied. A little embarrassing, right?
Yeah.
But there was only one team in the NFC North that lost this week.
No! Make him come. No! They're Minnesota Vikings crying on the field.
Gotta get it where I can. Gotta get it where I can. Appreciate you.
Let's stay in the North, Tom.
Oh, the Lions? Oh, the Bears.
The Bears. You're tied with Chicago. The Packers and the Bears are exactly the same. They are exactly the same. I would say the Bears might even be better than the Packers at this point.
Wait a minute. That's better. So, as we were talking about, the Chicago Bears were able... I was like, wait a minute, why do I gotta leave? Perna really did. Yeah, gutsy win in an ugly ass game, kind of all around. I will say we talked about this, I think, on Friday. We were talking about a potential Ashton Genty breakout game. Here you go. Ashton Genty finally, he had his day, and he looked really, really good. Geno, holy turnovers, Batman. And I think if you're a Raiders fan, you're looking at one, Genty had a great game, and the defense was playing more than well enough to win that football game. And this is kind of, as Seattle Seahawks fans will tell you, this is kind of the issue that you can have with Geno, because this is now his second game in 4 weeks that he's thrown 3 interceptions against the Chargers too.
Let me look.
I'm pretty sure.
You're probably right. Yeah, Geno has not been playing good.
Yeah, this one, I don't think
3
he did that.
TDs there. Let's
yeah,
go
in the
to
Commanders game, he
Chargers
played
game.
well.
There it is. Yeah, 3 picks against the Chargers.
It's tough, but again, you just hope that it improves. But for the Bears here, man, I mean, Caleb, because he got hit a bunch, yeah. He got sacked.
This game was bizarre because Max Crosby was just wrecking
Crosby was a monster.
Wrecking the shit out of this.
I think that's right.
I felt like every time red zone came into this game, Caleb Williams was just getting hit and recovering like his own fumble.
Yeah.
There was, Crosby tipped a pass to himself for an interception. I think he batted 3 passes at the line. It was a sloppy game. This was a very sloppy game.
Yeah.
That the Bears, they found a way to win late in this game. Rome Odunze, he's looking good. Cole Kmet dropped a pretty bad pass in this game too. But
they actually won off a blocked field goal.
Yeah, there you go, Chicago.
Turn around. That's the Pope. I agree, Kyle.
But it's just like all these mistakes from Geno. And Geno really wasted, Ashton Genty's breakout game this season.
Mm-hmm.
Genty finally looked good. Finally looked like the running back that you take 6th overall. Genty's taken a lot of shit so far. 3 total touchdowns for Ashton, but all for naught. So thank you, Chicago, because we needed the Raiders to lose one as a Broncos fan.
No, thank you. Yeah, I mean, if Bears, I was talking about this in predictions, man. Like, they obviously had that big win over the Cowboys last week. Must be nice. And heading into this week, the Raiders were a beatable team. And I was like, okay, I don't know if this tells you a ton about the Bears, especially after now seeing the game. It's like, but they got the win, and hell, man, I'm not even saying this in jest. When was the last time that the Bears won 2 straight? I feel like it's been a hot second, right? Well, let's see. Last Bears winning streak. Let's see. Okay, so is that the... Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I don't know. Bears fans, tell me that. When's the last time you won back-to-back games? I feel like it's been a hot second. I feel like it's been...
because there was a stat about that earlier this season. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's what
Was it the Bears? Some team hadn't.
Someone went 1985.
They did go to a Super Bowl in between there, so I would say,
Oh, is it last year? Oh, is it week 3 and 4 last year? There you go.
Wow, they're exactly the same.
So it's been a year since back-to-back wins. It's been a hot minute.
There was another team who hasn't had back-to-back wins. I talked about that at some point this season.
Yeah. Happy Chris.
Who the hell was it? I can't remember. Maybe it was the Colts. It might have been the Colts. Can't remember.
Yeah.
No, wouldn't be the Colts. I don't know. Anyway, the Lions beat the Browns. Detroit's for real.
They looked great. Dude,
a tough
perfect
defense.
timing. Hutch going down, and it was like a okay.
Yeah, Hutch is back.
But injuries in their secondary. DJ Reed, he got carted off. Arnold got banged up in this game too. That's, I think, what your main concern is, even though you had that concern last year, is the secondary for Detroit. But their pass rush.
Hutch. 2 sacks. He had a bunch of pressures in this game. Khalif Raymond basically closed this out with a big punt return. And I think what's impressive is just watching the Browns defense, knowing they're a really tough defense to play against, and you still figure out a way to score 34 points against them. Like I thought the Lions would win this game, but they did not allow the Browns to really keep it close. It was like the Browns were in this for a while, but then, the Lions ran away with it. But Joe Flacco, a couple interceptions. He had a silly looking fumble in this game where I think it was Hutchinson batted it out of his hands.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it's like for the Browns, you're like, when do they switch at quarterback? How long are you going to just they trade for Cam Robinson? So like, we got to protect our quarterback better. Hopefully this helps. But you're gaining nothing at this point with Joe Flacco. You're 1-3.
Sure.
I'm fairly confident in saying you could be 1-3 with Dylan Gabriel right now. Or Shedeur. And the thought was, I think Flacco's just a punching bag until you're ready to throw one of those guys in. But he's been punched. He has been punched. Time to see what you got.
It's another situation of you know what you have with Joe Flacco, right?
Yeah.
And it's a matter of, okay, it's the same thing with Carson Wentz and JJ. At some point, unless you're competing for a playoff, you got to evaluate the talent that you have. And so I feel like October might be the time where you're going to start to see maybe some changes.
Yeah. Joe Flacco.
Appreciate you again, Tim. You crazy.
He gives you some of the things you want with a veteran quarterback, right? Knows how to run a 2-minute drill, those sorts of things. But his turnovers, and they've been a problem for a long time. Like for a guy who's been playing that long, shouldn't be throwing that many interceptions.
Yeah,
it was a problem last year in Indy. It was kind of a problem even when he had the run with the Browns, but they were scoring enough.
Yes.
He was doing enough with his dynamic plays that you're kind of like, you know what? We'll live and die with this. Right now, you're just dying with Flacco. So it's time to switch, Cleveland.
Yeah, Josh, I have no idea what the extent of his injury is. I tried looking stuff up before the show. I couldn't see anything about Lamar. So I don't know. I think it's just overall, it's a rough day for the Ravens, man.
Yeah.
They just got their ass beat. Speaking of getting their ass beat, Callahan gave up play calling for the Titans, and then they didn't score a single point. Cam Ward after the game, he's like, listen, just going to keep it real. We're ass. Like we are ass. We are. It's a great clip. I really like Cam Ward. I'm thoroughly into it. Hey, you know what though? Only sacked 2 times yesterday.
Yeah.
Legitimately, that's improvement.
Well, yes, it is improvement in the sack department, but just 10 completions on
everything else is bad. I'm just saying I'm trying to for Titans fans, they're holding on to so little, Brandon. I'm trying to give them something.
That is fair. But hey, look at this. CJ Stroud looked more like CJ Stroud.
He did.
Couple touchdowns. He was only sacked twice. The most hilarious sack we saw was Jeffrey Simmons just coming completely unblocked and dropping CJ. I think as a Titans fan, you could, losing to Tennessee sucks. Or sorry, to Houston sucks, but expected probably. But to get shut out, man, like
shutout's tough.
With a quarterback who you like, you took first overall.
And dude, like it was a 6-0 game going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just come on.
It's the Titans, man. Like Callahan and McDaniel are probably the 2 coaches that are on the hottest of seats right now.
Yeah.
I think it's just they're going to have to do some changes in Tennessee. And obviously they're a developing team. I like Cam Ward, man. I do. I think they just really need to build a team around him right now. So
yeah, I would say.
I think Perna kind of keeps track of it. I think kind of. But hey, first win for the Texans.
Yeah, I should have a tracker. I don't have a tracker.
I don't know if Christian's getting figured out. You look at that O-line. The O-line just was really bad these past couple of games. So but it does seem in the past 2 games that his scrambles have been less effective. I would say.
Yeah. Because like in this game against Kansas City, they just took away the run. They said, all right, you got to beat us passing. They didn't do it.
Hey, that's true. They have still never lost at AT&T Stadium. You're not wrong.
That's true.
Let's talk about this game, because this game, I thought about streaming and making it 4 games, but for the first half, holy stinker, Batman. Like, this was the complete opposite for the Eagles. Like, last week against the Rams, they didn't show up in the first half, and then it was really the second half. Opposite here, they were running away with this football game in that first half.
Yeah. The Bucs got outplayed early.
Man. Long time.
Let me show you my favorite stat. It was punter Braden Mann, who had 1 rush for negative 34 yards as he ran out the back of the end zone to close out this game.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts, I don't think he had any passing yards in the second half. He threw 2 touchdowns, but they were weird touchdowns to Dallas Goedert. Very Chiefs-like. But the Bucs did what they've done all season. They fought back. They're never out of it. You like that effort. Bucky Irving was great in this game.
He's your leading receiver.
Yeah, he had 102. Baker had 2 70-plus yard touchdown passes. They just, if they would have played better in the first half, Tampa, maybe they win this game.
And for the Buccaneers, man, this is another one too. Like, they're a good football team.
Yeah.
Finding those ways to win for those first 3 weeks, and Baker's still playing well, and now to go against the Eagles and like to battle back, right? Because if this was, they just got blown out, then it's like, all right, well, now you have some questions. Wirfs came back, Godwin came back, but now you have some questions about the Buccaneers. I know Mike Evans was out, but still to battle back and keep this game close. Yeah, no, they deserve some credit from that. I still like the Buccaneers. I think they're a pretty damn balanced football team right now.
Yeah. And, Baker's trying to make a play late in this game. This ball gets tipped. It was Jihad Campbell, picked it off for Philly. That's a play we've watched like Baker make all 3 weeks this season.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't happen in this one. And losing to Philly, like, that's fine. You lost to the Super Bowl champions. They're undefeated.
Sure.
So, nobody likes to lose, but it's a respectable loss.
Dying's not better. Great question about Bisaccia. We talked about this last night too. So Bisaccia is the highest paid special teams coach in the league. And unfortunately, they got him after the debacle in that divisional round against the 49ers, which Packers fans were like, all year, special teams is really, really bad. And what happens? A punt gets blocked. So I think it's just the amount of money that you're paying him. You're not seeing what you need to see on the field. So I think that, he gets a good chunk of that blame there.
Yeah.
So
in the last, we got Saints Bills.
That was an ugly game. That was not pretty. James Cook, though. James Cook, nice. James Cook has been playing well. And Rattler again.
Rattler's been playing, I think, better than we would have expected for New Orleans.
You got
not
Liam
great,
Cohen
but like solid enough. It was, this game was close. And then Josh Allen made 1 run that was insane. And then he hit Dalton Kincaid for a touchdown. And then the Saints tried to get tricky. That's what really kind of screwed them over was they tried to run the Philly special. And the Bills picked it off in the red zone. And that kind of ended it. But Bills defense looked a little dicey in this game.
But it has been. And again, you worry about, there are injuries, right? And you worry, you wonder like what they're going to look like going forward. But right now, if you're a Bills fan, has it been pretty? No. But you're undefeated, man. Like, you're number 1 in the AFC. So,
and they've got a great run game. Their offense is good. Their defense has done enough to keep them in it.
Cook coming back to form like he did, because that was the concern, right? Of like why maybe you weren't going to pay him, is like, can he replicate those numbers or kind of get close to that production? So far, so good for James Cook. So you got Liam Cohen or Robert Saleh in a fight.
Hey, and Joey Bosa's still alive. So
he is. That is
the Bills undefeated with the Eagles are the only 2 undefeated teams.
Panthers game against the Patriots.
Okay, thank you for just confusing us, Carolina. Thank you for blowing out or shutting out the Falcons and then just getting wrecked by the Patriots because now I don't know shit again, Carolina. I don't know shit about shit.
Yeah. Patriots absolutely killed Stephon Diggs, man. This is why I grabbed. He had over 100 yards receiving. The run game, still not ideal, but didn't really matter in this game whatsoever because they scored 21 points in the second quarter. Drake May looked really, really good. And look what happens when you actually give him some protection. It's nice, right?
Hey, no fumbles for the Patriots.
No.
That helps. That also helps.
Yeah. Hey, Devin, appreciate you. Yeah, it was ugly for the Panthers. And after you shut out that's why it's even so the Falcons, we can talk about that game real quick too, because it relates to the Panthers, because the Falcons won this week, right? They went against the Commanders, no Jane Daniels, no Scary Terry. So, not the most convincing win in the world, but Panthers fans, I don't even know what you look at this, right. You have to figure out if Bryce Young's the guy. He 150 yards yesterday. It doesn't look like it's the best. Tedorowick McMillan still looks pretty good. That seems like that was a good draft pick. But yeah, it just, every time there seems to be a step forward, it's multiple steps back for the Panthers. And I feel like they're just in this forever rebuild mode where it's tough. Yeah,
the Panthers look like one of the worst teams in the NFL. It feels like it's them and the Titans right now.
It's neck and neck.
We'll see if the Dolphins can convince us otherwise tonight. Michael Penix played much better than he did last week. He had a great bounce back game. 300 passing yards for Penix. Everybody scored a fucking touchdown for the Falcons. You had Bijan, Tyler Algier, Drake London, Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts had a touchdown.
There you go. So solid game for Atlanta.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Honestly, the NFC South and the AFC South are, because of the Falcons and Bucks and then the Jags and Colts, a little more interesting than I thought they were going to be this year. A little more competitive than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing about football. It's nobody thought the Colts would be doing what they're doing. The Jags defense looks insane. Atlanta being competitive and Tampa Bay looking competitive, that makes sense. But you just never know. Every year it's a little different, a little crazy.
It's true, Justin. Dude, I don't know, man. I thought we were done with the blocked field goals, blocked extra points, blocked. It is
the amount of blocked kicks is nuts.
And that I feel like that doesn't have a whole lot to do with the kicking balls, right? At some point, it's just I don't know.
Teams making plays.
Special teams. Probably I got you before in case you didn't hear. More on Bisaccia than anything because he's getting paid all that money. Yeah. But it feels like special teams is now more important than it has been in a while in the NFL. Just look at the kickoff.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, hell, it's one of the reasons why the Cardinals didn't win that game on Thursday. So the kickoff has gotten more important because now there's strategy that's going into it. Yeah. And was it the Rams, right? They're kicking those knuckleballs, and that was talked about a whole lot going into this week. So the kickoff, there's a whole other element there. Obviously,
the Cardinals tried to do it, or not the Cardinals, but was it the Cardinals tried to knuckleball it? Yeah, because that's when Darnold got the ball at the 40. Yeah,
because it didn't land in the landing zone, right? So there's that element. You had the extra point move back a few years ago, and that radically changed things.
Yeah,
right? Because now those extra points aren't gimmies anymore. And so now just the amount of blocked kicks, whether it's punts, whether it's extra points, whether it's field goals, it just seems extraordinarily high, and I don't know why.
Yeah, there's got to be a stat out there for that. Yeah. NFL.
Someone a lot smarter than I am.
I feel like it's astronomically high.
We did see. Oh, we watched that clip. We don't have the clip though.
The only
the
only team not allowed to even try to block kicks is my Broncos.
Sure.
We try it once and we get penalized for leverage. So that's pretty infuriating for Broncos fans to see every other team. I'm sure there's been some leverage in some of those blocks somewhere, damn it. I know there's leverage in at least one or two of those blocks that's happened. They didn't get flagged.
Dude, Puka Nacua, holy God. He had 170 yards yesterday.
Yeah. He's leading the league by like 100 yards in receiving.
He is having a phenomenal season. Like, again, I love my Devontae Adams. He had a touchdown yesterday, so like, I was going to support. But geez, like Puka, whether he's like gushing blood from his eye, he's just like one of the most consistent guys from week to week. He's impressive, man. Like, you want to talk about offensive attack that you build a team around, a scheme around, it's him.
Yeah, he's I would say the most consistent receiver in the league right now.
Yeah.
You know, and it helps he's got Matty Stafford throwing in the ball.
Sure.
That you need that.
Mm.
You need it.
Maybe. Tonight we got 2 Monday Night Football games. We got the Jets and Dolphins, which I think that account got bought out, or it was a bot or something, because they didn't post about the Ravens one. The Ravens and Bills. So
yeah, who cares?
Yeah, that's that.
I don't give a shit about. Here's a hot take. I don't give a fuck about scoregami, Tom. Don't give a shit.
I get you. Jets and Dolphins.
Don't care.
Both 0-3. Someone's gonna get the win, maybe, unless we have back-to-back ties.
A 0-0 tie for Dolphins Jets, please.
This game is a lot more important for the Dolphins, I would say. And I still pick the Jets to win. Please prove me wrong, Dolphins. But yeah, this game I think is going to be a stinker. It's being played in Miami, and who knows, maybe they turn up. But this is a tough Monday night game. But thankfully, we have the cream of the crop on offense next with the Bengals and the Broncos.
Yeah, baby. Broncos going to throw.
It's going to be fun with
4 touchdowns, Bo Nix tonight.
Mm-hmm.
God bless Bo Nix. Tom and I are going to stream the game together, so make sure you come back to watch that chaos.
Get him blessed.
Broncos.
I totally picked the Ravens too.
Biggest margin of victory this week, tonight, Monday Night Football.
So
you're going to hate it because it's going to be a boring blowout. Broncos fans going to be jacked up after this one because we need this win because we got to play the Eagles next. So damn it, Broncos, please.
Chiefs fans are starting to get confident again.
Yeah.
Happening.
It's fine.
It's happening.
It's fine.
Getting there.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's Kyle. I mean, that's the thing too, right? The problem is like you can't get rid of your owner. Perna, you look like you have to pee so badly.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, you're good? Okay.
Yeah.
You're just leaning forward. Yeah, so I don't know, man. What do you do in Carolina? What are you going to do? Fire everybody and then go and draft another quarterback and just try to do it again? It seems like that's where it's heading, but Astro, I don't know, man. I mean, listen, I have sat through a couple weeks now of, fire LaFleur, and I'm just not there yet, man. And you could talk situationally. We talked about this in the postgame. Situationally, atrocious. Clock management, atrocious last night. 1 kajillion%. But man, like, yeah, I'm not there yet.
I love how it's the Packers went from we're going to go to the Super Bowl to should
and also
we fire our head coach?
Rodgers. I mean, like they did go to the playoffs like the past season.
Should we fire our coach now? Yeah, football fans are crazy.
I don't know about that.
I said Sam Darnold was better than Carson Wentz and JJ McCarthy. And Vikings fans, who had been pretty cool up until this point.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh, God forbid I say Sam Darnold's he's better than Carson Wentz and JJ McCarthy.
I'm going to spread this rumor now, Jared.
Yeah,
I haven't even been saying this.
You know what Sam Darnold had? He had a fucking offensive line protecting him, Tom. He had an offensive line. Tom.
The greatest thing ever will be when the Lions were doing well and Vikings fans were like, no, like, screw you guys, and just being dicks, because that's the best part about Vikings fandom. They're just like, we're just going to be a dick to everybody. And Lions fans are like, why are they being so mean?
Yeah. Vikings it's
true.
That, and they're like, yeah,
I love
except those last 2 games when it mattered. Sam Darnold sucks. They're mad because he left. I know that it would have been nice if Sam was JJ's backup. Would have saved their asses. I also said it's safe to say Carson Wentz isn't the future of the Vikings.
I think so.
And people are still like, Yeah, no shit, you idiot. And I was like, man, but because like every fan base, when you're high on them, they love you.
Yeah.
And the moment you actually say something honest about their struggles,
It's true.
and it's not most people know, but there's just like this handful of people who just can't take it, and it is very funny. And Sam's played well this season. That's like, I didn't think it was going to even be that controversial. I wasn't even trying to dunk on the Vikings. I was just like, man, Sam's played pretty well. Like, he went through the ringer because of 2 bad games. I was trying to pay a compliment to Sam Darnold. And instead, Vikings fans came out of their...
Yeah, I'm good without Canales. I'm good. Dude, and that's the thing, man. I'm sitting there at halftime, right? So, like, the Packers just blew this game, like, and blew the lead 100%. And I'm sitting there at halftime, and I'm not losing my mind. I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. Like, the stress is starting to get in there. The nerves are starting to get in there. But it's like, man, like, we got to watch the whole rest of the game. Like, we got to see how this is playing. And it's week 4. And I will give you, Packers, week 1 and 2, week 3 and 4, Jekyll and Hyde. The consistency with defense for 3 weeks, that has now gone out the window. So who are the Packers? I don't know. I have no idea who the Packers are sitting here on Monday morning. But
yeah, but if you do trade for Dave Canales, and Matt LaFleur is a handsome coach, you might even get a hotter head coach.
Ooh.
Dave Canales might be the hottest head coach.
See, now it's just spiteful, Tom. So Perna and I are streaming tonight. We're going to be streaming for the first time this season, Bengals and Broncos. I hope it's an atrocious game. I hope it's like 3-6 and it's 3-3 for the majority of the game. And it might be. It could be.
God bless Bo Nix.
Great. I would have hit it.
Yes. I hope they win too. Creative King.
Chargers are not in an awful... It's just the injuries. You're right. Joe Alt, how long is he going to be out? Then you could base it off of that. But I don't know, man. 3-0 within the division, 4 weeks in. I feel like it's a guy. I know there's a lot of injuries with the Chargers. It's not over yet. Not over yet. Hold on. I got you.
Gobble, gobble turkey, If worms had machine guns, then birds wouldn't be scared of them.
Listen, worms had machine guns. Birds wouldn't be scared of them. Sure.
Dave Canales, most handsome head coach. Jim Harbaugh, probably the most batshit crazy head coach.
Probably. Sometimes you need a little crazy.
Mostly gets the job done. He is insane. He's an insane person, I think.
You're not wrong. And again, like the Vikings are also hurt. So
I said after watching JJ and Carson Wentz, I think Sam Darnold's pretty good at football. I didn't even say JJ was like terrible he hasn't played well. I didn't even say I just said Sam Darnold's pretty good.
Fair, Eric.
So
I don't know if these are going to be good games tonight, but hey, that's why I stream every primetime game. Sometimes you get absolute stinkers, and sometimes you get 40-40 ties on Sunday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game, Broncos fans.
We'll see.
Back here in Denver. Defense going to feast on Jake turnover machine Browning.
That's tough, man. That's tough. All right, we'll see. Well, when's your bye week, the Chargers? They got one late. So... tough getting to be. Let's
slow the roll.
Let's simmer down. Let's see the Patriots for the rest of the season and see where we're at. So, we'll see. Perna, what do you got coming out today?
Well, that's a good question, Tom.
That's a great question. Yep.
We are streaming tonight. I'm debating if I'm going to try and squeeze out a new worst tie ever. So we'll see. Either nothing or a video. Stay tuned.
That's very fair. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a Packers and Cowboys fan reaction to last night. Sorry that is late. I had no voice to do it last night. The post game came out at like 4:00 in the morning Eastern time, so you can go check that out. So I'm gonna record that. because I have to record this, I might not get scripted done today. And instead, I might put that out tomorrow. If scripted doesn't come out today, then I'll put out every fans after the Monday night games. Just give me like 40 minutes. So I'll record all that. So I will let you know either way. Not doing both games, streaming with Perna. So we will be live tonight. And so that will be that. So yes, multiple videos. I don't know. Scripted might have to wait till tomorrow, though. So
Sick nuts.
all right. Hold on 2 seconds, because now I'm curious about something. I'm so sorry to delay us. Commanders depends on Jaden Daniels. Dolphins, I think they win. The Vikings, we'll see. Titans. All right. I'm not panicking, but we'll see.
Everybody should panic.
We'll see. Everyone should panic.
Even if you're the Eagles, just Eagles fans, just panic.
Full blown. Full blown. But folks, we'll see you tonight. For
Only people who shouldn't panic are Sam Darnold fans.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS, and you have been navigating. I don't know if you hit the button. I was
Smart,
scared that you hit the button.
Anthony. Smart, Anthony. Greatest risk you ever took.